and then is mine. So I hope you guys are still awake, okay, and you're going to stay awake for the rest of my presentation, okay. So I actually didn't see how many of you guys raised your hands when the term money was used. Can you do that again? Okay, okay, almost everyone. So let me ask you another question. For what other reasons do you develop apps? How many for passion? Okay, just that many? Okay, so I assume the rest of you develop apps for money. Okay, so let's start my presentation. So it is going to be an interactive session, so I'm going to be asking a lot of questions. So please bear with me. So let me motivate you guys a little bit, okay? So you guys most of you are studying, I presume, and how many of you guys have actually built an app from scratch and put it on the Play Store? How many of you? Okay, couple of them. So good. So let me push you a little further. So this particular generation, so you guys are very lucky because you are here, most of your classmates are here, most of your friends are here, and everybody talks about apps. Okay, this is not the case a couple of years ago. So guys like me who passed out a couple of years ago, so didn't know about apps. So we learned about .NET programming, Java, and a lot of other things. So okay, and now we are learning app development, app programming. But my friends are into different aspects. So they are into mainframes, they are into website development, server side, lot of things, right? So I don't have friends with whom I can actually discuss app development. So in that aspect, you are really fortunate. But you need to speeden up because there are a lot of other guys out there, like in the US and UK, who have gone deep dived into app development. So you guys are actually catching up. You guys have to speeden up a little more. Okay? So let me show you some interesting stats. So initially we had feature phone traffic like the old Nokia phones, which people used to browse the internet. But in the last 2 years, mobiles and tablets. Okay, when I say mobiles, it is smartphones. So smartphones and tablet traffic has actually taken over feature phones and are doing really well. Okay, on the other side. So this is basically for the entire world. Okay, so on the other side we have about 6 million terabytes of traffic coming just from mobile. Okay, so which means there is 70% increase in smartphones and tablets also. So a lot of people are using mobiles these days, smartphones these days. So you guys will have to actually quickly develop apps. So the moment you go home today, you really have to use a tutorial, develop a quick app. There are a lot of free tools available on the net. You can search for probably some terms like quick app development, use them, build an app. So they might give you less flexibility, but at least you can, tomorrow when I ask you the same question, how many of you have developed an app, I'm sure the entire room should say yes, we developed an app. And it's very easy to upload on the Google Play Store. It just costs about $25 for the first initial registration, and then you upload any number of apps. Okay? So now let's come back to our own country. Let's see where we are in terms of internet through mobile. Okay, on the top you see the graph. Okay, if you can't read it from far, let me read it for you. So the green graph, so the green line is about mobile, and the top line is about desktop. So when you look at global traffic for internet, desktop is still leading. But when you come to India, okay, mobile has actually overtaken desktop internet traffic, which is good news for you guys. The reason is because India has a lot of rural population, and which means those guys don't have access to internet. But with mobile becoming more smarter and smarter, they are able to browse the net using smartphones, right? So which is again good news for you guys because we are a rural heavy country. okay, if you guys have heard the term bottom of the pyramid, so the tip of the pyramid is small, and that's the urban population. The base of the pyramid is rural population, and rural population is using smartphone to access the internet. Okay, so which is good news for you guys. So whether you develop apps or whether you develop mobile sites, okay, for your content, it's going to be accessed by a lot of Indians. Okay, so that's good news. So which means when a lot of Indians use this, you get more traffic. And what you do with that traffic is up to you guys. Whether you want to monetize them, you want to get more users, it's all up to you. So this question was asked in the beginning. Okay, why apps? Very few of you raised your hands for passion. Okay, but actually more than monetization comes passion. Okay, you develop anything for passion, money will follow. Okay, guys. Now let me ask you the same question again. How many guys develop apps for passion? I expect the entire audience. So please, okay, even if you develop apps for any other reason, you should change your mindset. You develop apps because you're interested in developing apps. Okay? Why do you, what else? What other reason can it be? Because you're trying to solve some kind of a problem which someone has faced. Okay, let's say your father is facing a problem in accessing the internet, or he has some real-time problem. That's a very good idea. Okay, let me develop an app for him. Okay? You have your grandmother who is having trouble using your mobile. Wonderful. So that's a good opportunity for you to develop an app to solve her problem, isn't it? Okay. Then recognition. Okay, you develop. Okay, let's say I've put like 15 apps on the App Store. Wow, that's good. So your friend comes next day. Okay, I put 20. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, so you develop more and more apps. More and more apps get clicked. Become successful. Okay, so first few apps you're trying to try to figure out how to develop apps, how to make it successful, how to solve people's problem, how to get more users. So all of these questions keep coming to you again and again, but don't worry, don't bother. All you need to do is get started on it. Whether you do it from scratch or you use some tool to do it, just keep doing it. Just keep trying different models, different methods, and someday definitely you'll have an app which is as good as Temple Run. Okay? Have you guys read the Temple Run story? How many apps they actually developed to get to come to a successful app like Temple Run? At least 5 apps. Okay? And they were full-time committed husband and wife with a graphic designer. 3 of them sat and developed apps day in and out for 2 years until one app finally clicked, which is Temple Run. Okay? So at the end of 2 years, they made so much money that we would all be, we would find it hard to even count that much money. So they made that much money after 2 years. But the solution, the key to that was they kept developing apps every day. Multiple apps. Okay? So let's pick one of them. Okay? Money. Since most of you raised your hands on money, I'm going to talk on money. Okay? If you guys had raised your hands for something else, maybe I would have talked on that. But you guys were good for me, lucky for me I should say, because you raised on money, I'm going to talk on money. So let's say, how are you going to make money out of apps? So let's take live examples again. Angry Birds, okay? They initially started off with paid apps. They made some money. Then they experimented. Everybody experiments. You do one thing, you experiment. Even Edison experimented when he was creating the electric bulb. So when somebody asked how many times you took to actually get the electric bulb, he said 1,000 times. I followed 1,000 steps or something like that, he said. So which means you don't get the success mantra the first time you develop something. You keep doing it again and again. You try different models. So if you want more users, then you try something, and if you want more revenue, that is money, you try different models again. So one of the models is paid apps. So you develop an app, you put it on the Play Store. You want you set a price for that. Okay, 50 rupees. So everybody downloads. So you get 50 rupees each time somebody downloads. Okay, that's one of the models. So Angry Birds did that for the first time. Then Angry Birds also tried free apps. So in free apps, they had to make money in some manner, right? And that's when they used advertisements. So I'll talk about advertisements. Then another model is in-app purchases. That's what. Okay, let me ask you guys. Is there any app which does in-app purchase? Okay, quickly. Flipkart does in-app purchases. Which one? Can you spell that out? Iron Man. Okay, Iron Man. Okay, wonderful. Then anything else? Any other game? Lots of games. Yeah, lots of games. That's why I'm asking. Any game you know? Very good. Okay. So Temple Run. Okay. So they have in-app purchases. So you play more and more of that game, and then you lose life, and then you want to buy some more life. What do? You go and pay some money. Okay. That's one of the models they tried, and that actually worked for them. Okay. So when they had Temple Run as a paid app, okay, it was $1 on the iOS store. They were getting only 500,000 users per day. Okay, 500,000 is a very, very big number for us sitting in this room. But for Temple Run, it was still a small number, 500,000. But when they made that app free and introduced in-app purchases, you know how many downloads they were getting per day? Any guesses? About 5 million per day. Okay, that's something. Okay, we'll get to that someday, right? So subscriptions is another model. So use the app more and more. Okay, so every month you use, you pay some money. Okay, so I use the first 1 month I give. So since we are all app developers here, okay, let's say the customer is sitting outside this room. Okay, so we'll refer to anybody outside this room as our customers. So let's say I develop an app. For the first 1 month, I give it free. Okay, so that he uses it a little bit. So he just start using it. Okay, then comes subscription. Then I'll charge him. That's the attitude that I have. So he gets interest in the app, and now he doesn't want to uninstall it. He wants to use it every day. So let him pay for it. Nothing comes for free, isn't it? Okay, so that's subscription. So every month I'm going to charge him some amount. Fine. So he's going to introduce, so the customer is going to introduce to his friends, so a lot of them start using, a lot of them start subscribing, and I make a lot of money. Okay? So let's pick one of them, advertisements. Okay? Now, Facebook was entirely on desktop for a long, long time. Last year, they introduced Facebook on mobile, and they made 41% of the revenue through mobile, which is significantly high, and they just did that in a couple of months, in 1 quarter actually. But compared to what they were making from desktop over the last 2 years, these are all reasons for you guys to get onto mobile today, to start an app, to build an app today. There's no time to waste. Okay? So every minute that you're going to invest in building your career, it should be in mobile. And that's one of the reasons you're here, isn't it? Okay? How many yeses for this? Very, very faint yes. Okay? I'm going to count 3 and then I'm going to hear a loud yes. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay, still not loud enough. Okay, once more. Okay, once more. Okay, this is going to be the loudest yes. Okay? I'm going to shout as well. Okay? Without the mic. 1, 2, 3. Yes! That's good. Awesome. So let's look at some key terms in advertising. Okay. So before we go to that, let me just explain you how the system works. So let's pick TV for example. Okay. We all are watching World Cup or IPL matches. So when we are watching something on the TV, we become the users. Okay. And what we see a lot of ads on TV. So who shows these ads? The advertiser shows the ads. So the advertiser pays some money for whom? To BCCI or somebody like that. Okay? And what does BCCI do? They create all the hype for user so that they get lot of TV viewers. Okay? Rakhi Sawant. Okay. That excited a lot of them. When Rakhi Sawant chose one of our grooms, okay, on one of these TV soaps, the TRP went the highest. Okay, and so who's the user here? So you guys are viewing Rakhi Sawant getting married, unfortunately. Okay, so you become the users. Okay, in TV terms it is viewers, but you are the users who are consuming that content. And there are some advertisers, like in cricket normally it's Pepsi Coke, they are advertising, right? And that Rakhi Sawant's episode, that serial, they are the people who actually create this, who actually market this particular thing. So they are, what do I say, organizers of that event. Okay, so there are three parties here. One is the advertiser, one is the organizer, and one is the viewer. Okay. So same thing in cricket. So Pepsi is the advertiser. Second is cricket, whoever is playing the India 11 playing the cricket, the men in blue playing cricket. So they become, they and the organizers become the second party, and third party is viewers like you. Okay. Same thing in, let's say, paper. So you have the paper, newspaper for example. So there's an advertiser advertising on the newspaper, so that is one, first party. Second party is people who actually manufacture or print newspapers, so that is two, second party. And third party is you, readers, who the content. So you are actually reading the content as well as looking at the advertisement. So there are always three parties. Same thing happens in mobile as well. Okay, there's another medium which is desktop, online. So there again, so we have three. One is the advertiser, second is Google, because Google creates the entire infrastructure to show these ads, and third is you, because you are viewing Google's content and you are also consuming those ads. So when I say consuming, you are actually viewing those ads. So when there's an ad by Toyota, you're looking at the Toyota ad and you tell yourself, yes, one day I want to buy a Toyota car. Okay, so three parties all the time. Same thing in mobile. One is an advertiser, okay, who shows some ads. Second party is you, app developers. You are enabling an advertiser to show ads for someone else. Now, who's the third party? Third party is everybody outside this room who is consuming your app. Or if you have a mobile website, they are looking at your mobile website. Okay, so very easy, very simple. Three parties. Do you get it? Okay, shall we do the yes again? Okay, loud yes. Okay, if you guys know who these three parties are. If you okay, let's do a no actually. So if you haven't understood the three parties, then just shout a no. I'll explain all again. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Any no's? Okay, I can hear only yeses. So wonderful. So now we know. So advertiser. Next is the ad slot. So even when you access Google search page, so you search for something and then you see on the right side you have the sponsored ads, and in between you have in between the search results, Google also inserts some sponsored links. Right? So they become the ad slots. So let's say you develop an app, you leave some small space for the advertisement. So that becomes the ad slot. So in case you want to try out different kinds of ad slots, you can. You can leave, let's say before the app launches, you want to leave a bigger space, that becomes the ad slot again. So if you have looked at all these silly games like Talking Ben, Talking Cat, and all these, they leave some, they have actually some small slots there. They are the ad slots. Or click. So it's very simple, okay, very intuitive. So you go and click on the ad, it's a click. So you do that on Google or Yahoo. Yahoo shows so many ads these days. So you go and click on it. That's a click. So that's considered a click. Okay, CTR, click-through rate. So it is number of clicks that are performed on the ads that are shown, and its CTR is always a percentage. So you multiply it by 100. Okay, very simple. CPM, so cost per mile. Mile is 1,000. So what it costs to show 1,000 ads on your content. Okay, that's what it is. eCPM is effective cost per mile. So mile is again 1,000. So it is what you make. So it is total earnings. So earnings. Okay, now coming back to our Rakhi Sawant, right? So when you view those ads which are there on the program, somebody makes money out of them. Advertiser spends money, okay, and the organizers of Rakhi Sawant show, they make money, okay, and when lot of viewers actually view that particular content, then the organizers make more money. So that's why they keep advertising, asking all the young smart guys to watch Rakhi Sawant show. Right? Same with Bigg Boss as well. So they get very interesting characters onto the show because they want all of you to watch, and when all of you watch the show, you also watch a lot of advertisements. And who makes money? The organizers of Bigg Boss. So that's why they get in. Salman Khan, why not me or you? That's because Salman Khan has a lot of fans following him. So a lot of you will go and watch Bigg Boss. And that's how the organizers make more money. So they wouldn't mind spending another crore or two to get Salman Khan. Tomorrow they would spend some more to get Amitabh Bachchan. If Amitabh Bachchan is more expensive than Salman Khan, they wouldn't mind because everyone would go to watch Amitabh Bachchan and indirectly you're watching, consuming more advertisements. Okay? So who makes money? The organizers. So in app development, you are going to make money. Because you are the people who are creating the platform for you viewers to watch or consume advertisements. Okay? And how is all of this going to work? Is through some kind of platform where advertisements pay money to the platform, okay? And you are integrated with that platform, okay? And you drive some users to view your content, okay? And the platform pays you money. Get it? Slightly complex? Okay, let me explain to you once again. So, there is a platform. So everybody works on this platform, okay? All the three parties will be integrated on this platform. One is advertisers, they put money onto the platform. That second party is you are also integrated on the platform. Third set of users, third party, that is users, so they also are integrated to the platform through app developers. So users view more and more apps, and when they click on those apps, app developers make money. And who gives the money to app developers? The platform, and to the platform advertisers put in their money. Okay? Simple? So we are looking at eCPM. So when I say total earnings, it is the money that app developers are going to make. Okay? So total earnings divided by total number of impressions in thousands. So let me take this example. So if a publisher is an app developer, earns $200 from 40,000 impressions. So when I say impressions, again, okay, I was going to talk about impressions later, but impressions are nothing but every ad that a user views is called an impression. Okay. So let's say you have about 10,000 users who are actually using your app. Okay, in a month's time. So each of these 10,000 users view an ad 4 times. So that becomes 40,000. So which are nothing but 40,000 impressions. So out of 40,000 impressions, the platform, some kind of a platform, pays you some money, and that money can be around this figure, around $200. So eCPM is calculated in this manner. So $200 divided by 40,000 into 1,000. Why 1,000? Because eCPM, the M stands for mile, and mile is 1,000. So eCPM will be $5. So if somebody asks you, what is the eCPM that you are getting currently, you say $5. Okay? After you get your 40,000 impressions. So like that, you will be able to compare. So if you guys have come across one actually process term, it is called SMART. So the abbreviation, I don't know. So it is, if you want to if you want to measure your progress, you always need some kind of numbers. So that's why you have marks in school. That's why you have numbers everywhere. Okay. So let's say yesterday I was. So you can compare that among yourselves. So you can say last month I was making $3 eCPM. This month I'm making $5 eCPM. So which means I'm making more money. Okay. So the eCPM is a way to measure how much money you're making. Then fill rate. Fill rate is a rate, okay? It's a percentage. Again, fill. So fill, the word, the way it signifies. Let's say you are an app developer and you request for an ad to be shown on your ad slot to the platform. Okay, so the platform, when you, let's say you request 10 times to the platform to show an ad, and the ad will get consumed by your users. So the platform also has to return an ad, right? So your app is going to ping. You guys understand ping, right? So you put in a ping and request for an ad on your ad slot, and the platform sends, let's say, ad about 8 times, not 10 times. So the fill rate becomes 8 divided by 10 into 100. So it is 80%. So which means the fill rate for your traffic is 80%. Okay. So how does fill rate, signify anything?
Where it's going to? It'll say that at this point, but then they had something that every time a page got dropped.
Perishable. Okay. It's something like you go to a movie theater, okay, and there are 100 seats. But if the movie theater is able to fill only 20 of those seats, then the 80% is actually a loss for him. Okay, if those 80% was full, then he would have made maximum profit. Okay, so the difference is that for whatever expenses he has for 20 seats or for 100 seats is the same, because he has to show the movie once, he has to switch on the air conditioning, he has to keep some kind of stalls outside. So the expense for him is the same, whether it's 20 seats or 10 seats or 90 seats or 100 seats. So the more capacity, more number of seats gets filled, he makes more money. So that is the fill rate. So it's the same with you guys. So as an app developer, you're going to release some kind of an ad slot where you want ads to be shown. So more number of ads get shown and more number of people click on it, you make more money. But if the platform is able to fill your ad slots only 50% of the time, then 50% of the times you're actually not going to make money. Okay.